What's up, everybody? Welcome to the range. Sorry, I apologize for the rocky start. Hopefully, things are okay. I don't know for sure, and I'm not gonna know for sure for a little bit. But yes, I've been having some awesome internet issues for a while. We did have a technician come out today. He was just here and was changing some stuff. Went down and messed around with the box for the street, because he was down there messing around. He's like, yeah, I replaced a bunch of like chips. I mean, he said a bunch of things. I don't know what any of it means.
Hi, Kevin.
What's up, Mike McKenzie? Unless you prefer Mike McKin. How you doing? Welcome. Hello, Hawkeye Lego Man, Jay Freak, Bubble of O, nice to see ya. Did I see Ray? Funny Figs. Kristen is here, what's up? Marlo Bricks. Hey everybody, thanks for your patience, I appreciate it. Welcome back to the Doodle stream, where I draw your ideas and your suggestions live before your very eyes. I don't care. Mike McKenzie was taken. Oh. That's always fun. So I have a couple quick things to talk about before we get to drawing my favorite thing to draw. Horses. Absolute favorite thing to draw. First and foremost, the children's book, The Pro Gamer's Guide to Healthy Habits, is available now. It's out. It's done. It's finished. It's in the ether. It is out and about. If you've backed it on Kickstarter, you would have gotten it already, or you should get it like imminently, within 24 to 48 hours. If you didn't, and you'd like it, exclamation point book in the chat. I do have a limited number of them, less than 20, on my website. I'm offering an artist bundle, which is a $30 item, which includes a autographed copy of the book by both myself and the author Brian. Both of our signatures are in it, and you also get one of the exclusive Pro Gamer O'Brien stickers. That is not available anywhere else. That is exclusive to me and my store. It's also numbered, so there was only 250 ever made. There's only gonna be 250 ever made, and they are hand numbered on the back. So last I checked, I think I'm down to 140 something, but you get all of that together in the bundle. So there's the link for you in the chat if you'd like. If you don't already have a copy and you'd like a copy, that's how you can get one. So check it out. What's up, John Y? Remember, folks, I do have a suggestion box. If you have any suggestions for our stream today, our theme is horses, which is my favorite theme. You may ask yourself, but Kevin, how are you going to do an entire 3 hours worth of horses? We did it before, and we're going to do it again. Because Matt Elder, bless his soul, loves to torture me. Okay, one other thing, real quick. I got to do it. Just so you guys know, we are about to hit the spooky season, which is a big deal for me. You guys know all about the spooky season. I do a big thing every year. This is no exception this year. So October 1st, we are doing our annual crossover spooky special with my good friends over at Ghost Frickin' Talking, which is a paranormal podcast. They do regularly. I wish I could give you an exact schedule. They can't even follow an exact schedule, but really, really entertaining.
Hi, Kevin.
What's up, Ray? Hello? Hawkeye Lego Man, I need to know what hasn't been done yet. We are back. Sorry, Ray. Hiccups. I think the computer restart helped. So yes, if you're interested, next Saturday, October 1st at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, head over to their YouTube channel, not my YouTube channel. Head over to their YouTube channel. I will be there, and we'll be doing a special spooky Pictionary, which is a lot of fun. They are experts in anything horror, anything spooky. They will be providing me a prompt list, and you guys are tasked with guessing them. I will have prizes. This is the official launch to the spooky season. This is when all my branding switches over, and I will become SkellyHink for the year. I've got brand new Halloween stickers that are being offered for sale, all kinds of fun stuff, and this is the awesome way to kick it off. Let's see. Bubble Rose says, also, don't post the Mr. Ed theme song. Nightbot finds it. That's true. Will you be posting this info on your... I will. I will probably post it on Monday, so it's like 1 week out, you know? But yeah, next Saturday. Also, just so you know, Ghost Frickin' Talkin' is absolutely not family friendly, in the best way possible. They're pretty spicy. Language gets pretty spicy. Subject matter gets a little spicy. So probably not the best for the kiddos. I have a really good time. I love them. They're awesome. I love doing this every year. But just so you're aware, rated mature. So that's it. We're gonna draw horses today because, and I put country music on. It's royalty free country music, by the way. I'm gonna open up the channel. I can hear kids yelling. I'm gonna open up the channel. I'm gonna go to the suggestion box and let's see what we got in there. I asked Matt ahead of time what he wanted me to draw, and he answered me but kind of didn't answer me. He gave me some options and then he's like, I don't know which one to pick. And I'm like, well, you need to pick one. And he never picked one. So awesome. For the record, I hate drawing horses, which is why we are here. Hey, speaking of the devil, Ghost Frickin' Talkin' is in the chat. I just got done talking about our scheduled crossover on Saturday. Yes, my Instagram countdown. We will not discuss my Instagram countdown, which may or may not have been an error. Okay. So, let me start drawing something. And actually, I haven't drawn anything today. So, this is going to be great. I've been working all day. I have not drawn today. Why is Google not... Oh, there we go. All right, I'm just looking up some reference images. I think we'll start with Mr. Ed. I know Mr. Ed has come up before, and I haven't drawn Mr. Ed before. Here we are. So that is suggested by Kristen in the suggestion box. I'm going to mark that as complete. I'm going to start that now. Spooky time indeed. I can't believe I'm drawing horses again. I really can't. Oh, goodness. I need to change my pens, too, because I was using a different... I'm totally ill-prepared, to be honest. Totally ill-prepared. Bubble the Vote says, I didn't even suggest him this time. I know. I'm well aware. There's a special part in the book, in the Doodle book, that I have a little story about horses. Just so you guys know, because I would be remiss if I did not talk about it. Mike says, stupid ads. I'd sub, but I give too much money to Brian. Hey, doesn't bother me. Certainly doesn't bother me.
Jack, I want you to draw me like one of your French girls.
You got it. You got it, Ghost Frickin' Talkin'. Mike says, bye, Kevin. Just want to say hi. Well, hi received. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good weekend. I just like the old show. I remember watching the show. Way back when. That was a Nick at Night production. For me. Mr. Ed. That's way too big. Gilligan's Island. I Love Lucy and Brady Bunch. B-Habs with the resub. Thank you. Happy horse sub anniversary. I don't approve of that at all. But thank you. Thank you so much for this sub. I appreciate it. How you doing today? I'm already super stressed out. I'm already super stressed out. It's gonna be terrible. I don't know who wins in this. Who's the winner of making me do this? Is there a winner? Does Matt win? Look, it looks terrible already. Green Acres? Yes, I'm aware of that. I don't know if that was on Nick at Night when I was watching. There was a couple shows that, like, stopped. Like, they were on the last couple run before I, like, actively started watching it. And so then it was out of the rotation. So, like, I only saw them, like, a couple times, and then it was done. We are all losers? That's true. This only tortures you guys more. So, Behabs says, why are you stressed out? So, here's the story, Behabs. Once upon a time, I made a grave error in live streaming etiquette. So somebody asked me, I don't remember who asked me, I'm pretty sure it was not the infamous Matt Elder, but somebody asked me, hey Kevin, is there anything you don't like drawing or like you find difficult to draw? And I'm like, oh yeah, there's a ton of stuff. But I was like, you know, I really don't like drawing horses. And that was not a lie. I guess that learns me for telling the truth on the internet. But I was like, yeah, I don't really like drawing horses. I find them very difficult to draw. It kind of stresses me out. I think they look stupid every time I draw them. And I do, for the most part, still think most of the horses I draw look dumb. But so that was my mistake. And now, people that, you know, watch me regularly love to torture me by making me draw horses over and over and over again. And I don't like it. I never like it. So, Matt Elder is one of my awesome patrons. And as you guys know, patrons get to make suggestions for streams, if they would like, for entire themes. What I get to draw for 3 hours a week. And so, yes, Matt has abused the system. He actually did this already. He already made me draw horses for 3 whole hours before. And, you know, I said, hey, if you guys as patrons want to make another suggestion, you can. Like, there's not a limit to how many times you make a suggestion. But I want to make sure that I go all the way around and get everybody's in before I start doubling up and, you know, doing something else for people. And so Matt was actually the first patron to ever reply. He did it instantly and was like, I want you to draw horses. And I was like, of course you do. So he was number 1. And so it's taken a very long time, like a whole year or more. And we finally have doubled back on him. And his second suggestion was horses again. Never show your weakness. I know. Have you not learned from Brian? I know. I'm great. I'm still at work, and I'm the only one left in the office, and it's lovely to just have your stream on my phone on speaker. Oh, that's nice. That's awesome. I mean, it's kind of lame to still be at work, but I get what you mean. This already looks terrible. This eye's weird. I need to redo the eye. I'm going to color this in, like, gray, black and white and gray, like the show. I think that's appropriate. I think that's appropriate. And yes, I did have, like I said, I had the technician come out from my internet service provider today to take a look at our internet, which has been giving me lots of trouble. And the guy gave me another new modem. So he said the modem that I got, which was quote unquote new, was 2018. And so he's like, I'm going to give you a 2021 model. To see if that helps. And he did. He set that up. And then he said that he was going to check the connection outside. And then he was also going to go down the street. Like there's like a, I don't know, a box transformer of some kind that all the streets services in, you know? And he went out there and he checked it and he said he replaced some like chips and stuff. Again, he told me all this stuff. It was very technical stuff. I didn't understand half of what he was saying. I was like nodding along. But yeah, he said the same thing where he's like, there's no reason your connection shouldn't be stable. It's all looking really, really good. And I was like, yeah, I know. That's what makes this all very irritating. But he's like, I'm going to do this and that really should fix you up. I don't see why it wouldn't. So he's like, use that for a while and see where we're at. So I was kind of reconnecting everything before stream because it was all happening relatively around the same time, and I reconnected stuff, but I was like, maybe I should restart the computer, and that definitely helped to restart the computer after reconnecting a lot of things, you know. Meh, it's nice to be the last one because you get quiet time without annoying coworkers. That's fair. So, and we're listening to country music, royalty-free country music, because I thought that's what the horses deserved. I hate this so much already. This looks awful. I promise I'm not trying to make it look awful. I just don't know why. Funny Fix says, okay, I'm back. We still horse around? Of course we are. Waiting for the last round of buses before I can head home. Gotcha. Yeah, always restart, for sure. It helped. Okay. I don't think there's anything I can do to make this any better, so I'm just going to color it. Okay, let's get some colors. Also, in other exciting news, I did a huge update on Kickstarter for the Doodle book, and anybody can read that, whether you backed it or not. It doesn't matter. You can still log into the project and read it. But all of the spreads are done. They are finished. Kevin, why don't you just ban horse streams? That's so silly. Can you imagine? Horses are banned. I'm in the mindset that I'm gonna outlive Matt on this bit. He's gonna get bored before I get bored. I think that's my strategy. I don't know if it's a good strategy. We did draw some really fun, like, non-traditional horses last time. I'll tell you that. That was kind of fun. Like, we drew the big Trojan horse, which is in the book, a seahorse, a hobby horse, like a sawhorse. We did a Minecraft horse, which was fun. I think that's what I like the most about that stream, is all the creative ways to get around just drawing a horse. Send the horse stream to the glue factory. Brian banned the words realm code. Speaking of books, I just got a book in the mail from a one Mr. Saviano. Oh, well, make sure it's okay. Give it a proper screening before you open that bad boy. Be careful. Be careful, Way. You watch out. Oh, I might have to just go white, I guess, just straight up. This is terrible. Chessboard horse, nice. Yeah, we did that too. We did one of the chess pieces. That's right. When we did that, that last stream, I thought that was fun. I'm always really entertained, and I really enjoy it when people give super creative things, suggestions for these streams where I'm like, I would not have thought of that for this. But yes, big update on the book. All the spreads are done. I had a final meeting with the publisher today, and I just needed to tweak some things in terms of like spacing and stuff. which is fine. I was working on it right before I went live, and it will be sent off to print on Monday. So the Doodle book goes off to print on Monday, and I will keep everybody updated on timing, but I'm told that I should have it relatively quickly, actually. 6 to 8 weeks is what they're estimating currently. Anything can change, but that's the current ETA. I think I'm done with this. It looks like a demon horse. I guess it's a good thing I have a demon horse emote already. Okay, there's our Mr. Ed. Technically the first thing I have drawn today. Exactly, thank you, Bolavo. I think you can check Zombie Horse off as done as well. Yeah, I didn't even see that comment. Did you? You said that before or after I said the thing. Behab says, other streamers have banned certain not offensive words. We got our books and some pretty cool guys signed. Nice. It's much bigger. I thought it was too, Ray. When I was like, oh, this is bigger than I thought it was going to be. Book hype indeed. So is Grasslands going to be the last book I get? Yes, it is. Because that one is it's going to be absolutely insane when it's done. But 200 illustrations is no joke, guys. Remember, the entirety of the Pro Gamer's Guide is a 30-page book, plus the cover and the back cover. So we're talking like 32. Yeah, well, I mean, there's the little illustrations within some of the big spreads. So maybe, I don't know, 40, maybe 40 drawings. Grasslands is 200. It's a lot. All right, I'm diving back into the suggestion box. Hawkeye Lego Man, this ore bag, is that like the casino horse? I actually did that already, if that's what it is. I did that on the Star Wars episode. Ooh, a rocking horse? Yes. See, that's my kind of, there we go. All right, let's look up rocking horse. That is kind of funny, yes. Demon horse, absolutely. Can't wait for November when you announce the next book. Hey. Don't worry about it. All right, rocking horse. No, don't do that. Don't take... Okay, I just needed a reference image. It was trying to take me somewhere. Rocking horse. Let's do a rocking horse now. Mine has a typo. It's all right. Oh, little... You had a specific brand. Don't give him non-actual horse options. He will do whatever he can to weasel out of draw. Yeah, I know. Don't give away the secrets. Let me look up the reference for the real one. I was gonna draw like a traditional wooden one, but that's fine. Okay, I got my reference. It's very specific. That's okay. It can be. But yeah, there's a lot of things already going on for next year. I don't want to talk about it. It's good stuff. It's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. There's just so much going on. You draw whatever you want to draw, Kevin. That's the spirit. Rocking horse should be a horse rocking out at a concert. Nice. I trust people maybe are getting excited for Halloween, maybe. You're all just getting excited to see the new stickers. That's it, right? You can lie to me. It's fine. Because as you guys know, maybe you don't know, I release a whole new wave of Halloween products every year. I've done it for 3 years in a row. So don't worry, there's more this year. If you're a patron, you are already well aware. You were told months ago. And there's been lots of teasers on social. No, it's not the casino horse from the casino. Okay. Oh, it's got Tusk. Sticker hype, indeed. My kids want to be the same thing every year. Is that weird? It's a little weird. Every year. You gotta really love the thing if you want to be every year. Matt Elder, Patient Zero has arrived. How much longer do we have to get those Inktober requests in? So you know what's funny is I realized I didn't put a date on it because I was thinking to myself, okay, we're going into the last week of September. I need to get stuff ready for Inktober. I was like, how many more days am I letting patrons submit? And so I was like, let me log into the post to see what I put for the end date. And I didn't put one. I was like, oh, I didn't put one. So if I had put one, which I was planning to put one, it was going to be the end of this weekend so that I could use this coming week to get everything ready. So in an ideal world, it would be awesome if anybody who is a patron and has not given me a prompt could do so at some point this weekend. Because yeah, I would like to take this coming week to get prepared and, you know, get my prompts together, because I'm definitely gonna have to, because I really wanted 31 prompts from 31 patrons, and that's absolutely not gonna happen. But that's okay. So I need to come up with some prompts myself too. One of these days I'll set up that other book. I thought about it. I did finally do Snarky Dog. Because I was like, man, Hawkeye Lego Man does that like nobody's business. But also, I'm aware that Boba Laveau does other book also a lot. So see, if you do it enough times, I'm like, oh, they keep doing this. I should probably add it. So now there's a Snarky Dog command, which really doesn't do much, but it's there. Massa, so we get 2 prompts. No, you don't. Not this year. So, yeah, I decided, that's what I normally do, right? I normally say, hey, guys, you can give me 2 or 3 or whatever, but I decided, I mean, also, to be fair, I was trying to incentivize people a little bit more to participate, but I'm going to fill in the blanks with my own prompts. I'll color that in. Alright, the logo, I mean. I have too many, and I don't know which to choose. Well, follow your heart. The good thing is that I often give a lot of different opportunities for things, for people to give input into things. So it's like, oh, you know, maybe that'll be something that gets drawn for October, or maybe that'll be a Doodle stream thing, or maybe that'll be a video series. Like, I try to do a lot of different things so that people can give input on. So it's not like it's a one and done. It's like there's usually a lot of different opportunities to like do stuff like that. And when you stick around for a long time, then you start seeing where those opportunities are, and you can start being strategic. Like, okay, I really want this here, so I'll suggest that at that opportunity. And I did mention this a couple streams ago, a couple times, and it's still true. I do like a refresh of my Patreon every November because that's the anniversary. And I am going to be eliminating the $1 patron tier. That is something I've been thinking about for many, many, many months. And I finally decided, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that. Mostly because I think I give a much higher value for what I do. I think $1 is like, come on. I'm worth more than $1. You definitely get more value than $1. So if you're currently at that tier, you're not going to get booted, but new people won't be able to join at that tier because it won't be a tier. So you can get like grandfathered in and you can just hang out honestly forever if you want to, but new people won't be able to sign up at that. What a great horse, thank you. So our prompts were so terrible you decided to limit us to 1. No. Not at all. More cloud hype, yes. How did your internet connection, man, go today? I mean, it's yet to be seen. He did do some things, and we had a little bit of a hiccup at the beginning of the stream, so I restarted my computer, and that helped it a lot. I mean, at least it seems like it. Let me check. Do I have any alerts? Okay, nothing. As of right now, I have 0 drop frame alerts, which is great. That has been a big bane of my existence for a little bit here. Trying to get some shine going on. And I think I'm going to color the line art, which, caution, don't confuse this for a gummy. It's not a gummy, all right? I'm coloring the line art. It's not a gummy. Not like that. Don't confuse this for a gummy. Gotta go prepay for 3 years at $1. Smooth on mine, good. 100% a gummy. Was thinking it was a gummy. You guys. Oh my goodness. What's the delay like too? Like when you guys type something and when it pops up on the screen, is it like bad or is it okay? That's been another issue, is that I keep finding myself being super delayed, which is very irritating. Is the stream gonna conveniently die? Delay count. Let's do, we gotta write the little tykes. Like 5 seconds. Okay, that's pretty good. 3-second delay from typing. That's pretty good. Because you guys know it gets a lot worse. Or it's been a lot worse.
9 a.m. Time to let the class in. Well, don't want to keep them waiting any longer. I'm so excited about Welcome to art class.
Oh, isn't this cooking? Sorry.
Isn't this cooking? What's up? I am Cooley Art. Nice to see you again. Hello. Hi, everybody that raided over. Nice to see you guys. Welcome. I'm drawing horses today. I'm not really happy about it. I don't like drawing horses. And my patrons like to torture me. But nice to see you all. Thank you for the raid. I am Cooley Art. Really appreciate it. How did your stream go? Were you doing some art things? And yeah, welcome into everybody. If you don't know who I am, my name's Kevin. I'm an artist. I draw things. That's about all I got for you. But I do this show every Friday. And when I take requests, I have a suggestion box. All you got to do is make it match the theme for the week, and our theme for the week is horses. So feel free to throw that in the suggestion box, and maybe I'll draw it. My text appeared 1 minute after. 1 whole minute, Ray? Matt says we like to stretch your artistic mouth. You know, that's one way. He secretly loves horses. Why else does he have a horse? I did that to give the people what they want. It was a good stream. I did a drawing. I'd be thinking about it. Wait, what? Let me read this. It was a good stream. Did a drawing. I'd be thinking about but wasn't inspired to do until today. Okay, I think I got it. Cool. Gotta get back to... Yeah, no problem. Thanks for sharing your folks with me. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let me give you a shout out too. If you guys don't know, I am Cooley Art, another awesome artist here on the Twitchverse. I'm sure they would appreciate it if you went and checked out the channel. Maybe dropped a follow. You know how it is. Bubble Levo says the horse emoji is great for the emoji. It's very intimidating. My not very happy means very much unhappy. All right, let me pick another one. All right, so I'm gonna mark the little tiles. The little Tykes rocking horse is done. I'm gonna reload. Oh, Brian's lurking. He threw a suggestion in there. Okay, Lego Man, put in the suggestion box. It's not from the casino. That's a great suggestion. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Quick Draw McGraw sounds great. Let's draw that one. Now this music feels like the horse stream. I'm feeling the horse stream now. Does this music make you feel like you're drawing horses? Oh my goodness. Quick Draw McGraw. Thank you for the shout out. You are quite welcome. Thanks for being awesome. Okay. There's my reference. Cartoons never fail me. Typical. Thank you, Ray. Yep, that is one of the newer commands I set up so that if anybody who's more regular viewers, if folks pop in and they're super lost, you can throw that in the chat if you want. You don't have to. The ownership is not on you, but if you want to throw that in to help people understand how they can make a suggestion, now you can. And that was a great suggestion. I don't remember who exactly suggested that. Maybe Bubble Levo? That seems like a Bubble Levo thing. But maybe it was somebody else. But it was a great suggestion. What's up, Ike Man? I come here just to share a cursed sketch suggestion. Well, you know what? Perfect. The stream has become total country now. This is horror. Yeah, it is. It's the horses, man. It's the horses. This is horse vibe. How you doing today, Ike? I trust better than me. That's too much. That's too far. Even horse cartoons are hard to draw. Some brilliant person suggested it. I hear they are also stunningly handsome. Oh. Oh. That's awesome. Look at all the wonderful people here. I need to back up. I don't think I know what I'm doing. The line goes like that. Really? Hold on. I'm just kind of... I mean, yeah, I guess so. Alright. We gotta shrink this. This is too big. Quick Draw McGraw is too big. What was his other persona? Kabong? Was that it? Wrapped up a commission, but now my hand is getting cramped, so I need to take it easy. Yeah, man. So I did a weird thing. I don't know how I did it, but whatever. I think I know how. That's an abrupt end to the music. Is that my imagination, or did it actually end? Now it's just us in complete silence. Am I going crazy, or did the music stop? Or did everything stop? No, everything's going. It's working. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, that's weird. Why did it do that? Okay, whatever. Oh, that... Oh. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. I need to remember to do that at some point. I got signed out of YouTube, which is the playlist I'm using. So hopefully we don't get an ad because...
Oh, Jesus! Oh, God! Oh, Jesus! God! Oh,
Mary, Mother of Jesus of Nazareth. I know, because I don't want to get any ads. That's why I pay money for the premium service, so no ads. Also with music. It signed me out for some reason. Yeah, music stopped. Okay. Even the channel objected to how country you went. I'm just trying to get in the spirit. So I was saying that, like, I had a couple days, like 2 weeks ago, I think at this point, where I had some like major like marathoning drawing, like 12 to 14 hours every day for like 4 days in a row, which happens. Not something I like to do often, but had to be done. And I guess I was leaning on my left elbow basically the whole time, like on the table as I'm... So like leaning on my left elbow, like with the side of my hand on my face, and then using my right hand to draw. But I did it so long, for so many days, that I like pinched a nerve, which apparently is a thing, and it's like commonly called like tennis elbow, but it's like I definitely don't play tennis. But it like cut off all the circulation to my pinky and my ring finger on my left hand, and it was really bizarre. And they got like super numb, and I couldn't feel them for like honestly an entire week. It was really weird. And so I had to wear a special little brace, which they made specifically for this. I'm like, yep, this is it. Here, this is what I need. And they're not like 100% back. They're really close. It's like 90% okay. But it was super bizarre. And I'm like, I don't understand why this is happening, especially to my non-dominant hand. I'm like, what are we doing? How did this happen? No, that's just what it's called. Did you get a band for your elbow? No. It was just like a, you know, what do you call it? Like one of those Velcro support things that went around to keep my hand in the right direction. And it did its job. And it helped. They're like, you know, you can use this in your sleep. Which I actually did not use it in my sleep because it was really uncomfortable. That was the time I did not use it, was when I was sleeping. But I used to sell them and help people who needed them. So if you really want to get into in-depth discussion about them, just let me know. Oh, wow, that's fun. Yee, howdy, buckaroonies. Yep, you got yourself a Capio Pro Gamers guy on dem dat Am he son? Yes. This is the maximum horse vibe. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling it. The key is you guys have to make Matt feel guilty for suggesting this again. You guys need to peer pressure him out of this. When you sleep, do you have carpal tunnel? I do not. Not yet. Yeah, I don't actually have like really any issues. So that was like, it came out of nowhere and I was like, what happened? I know that I'm super prone to it and I'm going to most likely have these issues because how much I use my wrist, my right hand all the time for endless hours. But normally I don't have any issues. Thankfully. So this was like a first time and I was like, oh. But it was also just weird because like I said, it was not my dominant hand. And I'm like, why is it not my dominant hand? But yeah, I was definitely for insane amount of hours just leaning on my elbow. And they said that was the thing. Pinching some nerve to those two fingers. I reckon that their boy is making fun of us. I reckon he is too. I think you're making him feel guilty. No, you don't understand Matt. Matt's almost incapable of feeling guilty. Isn't that right, Matt? Or did you already leave? Matt just came in to drop some horse commands and then he ran away. Kevin, we can have a whole conversation about this. Pretty sure know what can help. Cool. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a good thing. Like I said, I'm doing pretty good right now. Like, I'm not wearing anything. But, I mean, I would like to avoid it happening again. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Stop. Stop. Roll. Can we schedule the conversation for the third horse stream? Oh my goodness. There probably will be. As you continue to guilt trip him, maybe it's a sign you need to ride a horse. I feel like at this point we need a horse stream tradition. Like the Friday after Black Friday is horse. No! What's wrong with you? The first Friday after the New Year is why the long face horse. Oh my goodness. Okay, like I said, I think I have enough suggestions to fill the whole stream in the box for you. I should be done. You've put a lot of thought into this somehow. How do you know so many horses? Why is this just like in your current place of thinking? Are you that excited by this? I really should have done some drawing earlier. That was stupid. I knew I should have. Because, yeah, I haven't drawn... I've been doing, like, spreads and stuff for the book. But it's just been, like, moving assets around and stuff, not, like, any drawing. So I haven't drawn today. It's the first time to draw today. And I was like, I probably should have drawn already. Google helps. I'm sure it does. But it has to be plotted so that different people suggest the string. I hate this. I hate everything about this. The opposite is I become like a horse-like artistic master, which I don't know if that's what I want my legacy to be. He's got like purple hooves. You guys ever notice that? Like purple, very, very pale purple hooves. Interesting. When you don't draw the horses, we remember so that they can be suggested again and again. Mr. Horse Draws, next for you, Bran. Oh my goodness. Your legacy is already the gummy guy. Is it? Is it though? Has the quality of the stream continued to be good? I still don't have any. Let me look. I don't. Good. I have no notifications for drop frames. That's awesome. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're rocking new something. New things. And then the music starts getting weird. I don't think that's an internet issue. Unless I'm out of my mind. I think that is a version of this song. Yeah, that was definitely part of the song. Kevin, don't talk to me about robots, Hinkle. Yeah. Was okay, there we go. Better being the gummy guy than the Lego guy. That's true. 100%. 100%, I agree with that. We need a red belt and gun holster. So I gotta say, Brian, all these pictures of the kiddos is pretty heartwarming stuff, man. Pretty heartwarming stuff. I would say that's probably more impactful to me than even seeing the book in the first time, which was cool. Don't get me wrong, it was cool to see it, but like, I think seeing the kids, that was like a bigger thing for me. Cool. All right, next one. Next one. Yeah, I like that emote, the robot one. That one doesn't get used very often. Okay. What else we got in here? Did I mark quick draw as done? I did not. A zombie horse? What's wrong? That's the weremare. That's the very definition of the weremare. A horse with human hands on each leg playing a guitar with each pair of hands. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? All right, J Freak also made a suggestion. Let me see what this one is. Oh, nice. Are we gonna draw Swift Wind from She-Ra? It's like a unicorn. Haribo has a mellow legal team. Boo. So how many kids getting so much joy from it is what keeps me going all these years. Yeah, exactly. So judged for my suggestion. By the time we get done with this, one of these will be really good, though. One of these horses will be really good. I promise you, one of them. I don't know which one. Brian, are you going on the Come Waste Your Time tonight? I have a late night ahead of me. Oh, I don't associate with Minbar. Well, that'll do it. Alright. Clears that up. Wow, did you just say zombies and weremares are the same thing? How ignorant. Just like that coward Breckennick. You know we need the illustrated weremare story. There's gonna be the weremares in the book. It's in Grasslands. It's actually, to be honest, it's the next spread. After the one that I'm doing right now, it's the next one, and I would have already done it, but I had to take a pause. That's been the story of all of Grasslands, is I have to keep taking pauses to do other things, which are all very important things. But like that's another reason it keeps taking so long, is I have to stop and then totally focus on another thing. And those instances of doing that are never like short. It's never like, oh, I need to pause and do this for like a day. It's like, oh, I need to pause and do this for a month. It's like, oh, I need to pause and do this for 2 weeks. Or I need to pause and do this for 3 weeks. Like, that's all the pauses. And that's what is adding a little bit of time there. But the most recent one was for the Doodle book. I had to get all the spreads together. So that was like, that basically took a week and a half, about 2 weeks. That took, again, 2 weeks off of Grasslands so that I could do the Doodle book spreads. Given Kevin's love for Halloween, lack of love for the weremare is upsetting. Staying up late at the clubs again, yeah, you know it, man. Weremare is a drawing stream topic suggestion. I think it will break me. A whole stream dedicated to just that? Oh my goodness. Nobody wants that. That looks so weird. So we are helping you with this stream to let you prep for your weremare drawing. That's so nice of you. Weremare on a skateboard, weremare at the club, weremare going to sleep. I see it now. That's terrible. Kevin, since you don't like horse streams, what would be your favorite theme for a stream? Like, what would be the complete... So, you know what's funny is there has been, thankfully, people that have asked me that many times before, and it's always cartoons. Like, I'm the most comfortable drawing cartoons, and so I've had a lot of people suggest that, and we've done many cartoon streams, so those are awesome. But yeah, cartoons is what I enjoy and think I'm the best at drawing. It's very, very comfort zone for me. Very, very comfort zone. And I think we've got a couple more coming up again too. That were from other people's suggestions. And you know, it's crazy because you can tell how much it comes up. If you look in the book, I've got it all sorted out by theme. That seems way too long. I've got it sorted out by theme, and some themes are really short, like the nature and environments is pretty small. And then like animation, there's like 100+ prompts in the animation section. Hopefully you have some fun stories in the Doodle book for your love for the chat and fond memories. There are some sections called streaming stories, which are more about like stream lore and inside jokes and stuff, which hopefully you guys enjoy. Hands would be his favorite stream. Oh my goodness. We've done a hand stream. I don't think it was that great. Am I gonna have to shrink this again? We gotta do some big ol' wings. So quick draw needs to move. But I was gonna say I enjoy the Come Waste Your Time streams. But usually when Brian's popping in there, we get a little bit more chatter. And when he's not, it's a little bit more watching party games. It's like, yeah, that's okay. That's alright. I prefer more chatter about things, life and stuff. Versus the watching the party games. That's just me, though. That's how I prefer to waste my time. And it's not really wasting, it's listening to it while I'm doing other things. One of my favorites was you doing the 5-minute chat about something, and Jeff then turned around and asked you about it. Don't think he'd been. Oh yeah. Oh man, yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah, like we had a whole conversation, right? And then he asked, I was like, what? We just talked about that. Are you kidding me? Is this a joke? Yep, that was funny. I forgot about that actually. That was funny though. This is half country, half Bayou Bop. You love it. You love it, Ray, and you don't. You know you do. Don't lie. That's great. They rely on me for entertainment, just like the rest of you people. Listen, I just want to share that Brian Crush just crushed alone one of my hopes and dreams. Oh, he does that all the time. We rely on Bricks O'Brien for entertainment with Chili's. When do we get 2 artists? Oh, yeah, we need to. I need to get on it. I've been too busy. That's it. I've just been too busy. That is all. This music is amazing. I think it really sets it really brings the room together. It just really brings the room together, I gotta say. Beth wants to insert her own characters into PGG universe, and I'm not having it. All caps too. That's serious. All caps. Brian provides scandalous entertainment. I count on Brian. Wait, what did he say? I count on Brian for what? Where did I miss it? I count on Brian to tell me what is wrong with each barbecue pizza one. Yeah, oh yeah. That's true. But I would never eat a barbecue pizza. I don't like a barbecue flavored pizza. Nah. Doesn't sound appealing to me. But I don't feel like I eat enough pizza that I'm like super adventurous in my flavors. Like I get that when you eat something a lot, it gets kind of boring. And I feel like that's with pizza. When you eat a lot of pizza, this is just in general. This is a general statement. If you eat a lot of pizza, then you kind of want to explore with other flavors and stuff because you're like, nothing wrong with an old-fashioned pepperoni pizza. Has been known to boot people. I've experienced it firsthand. You're discriminating against Declan the Duck. Declan the Duck's great. That duck that I drew, that duck's awesome. This is taking me way too long to do it. I am admitting my speed is hindered by the horses. You don't like barbecue? Not really. I'm not like a big barbecue guy. Didn't we take you to California Pizza Kitchen back in the day? Yeah, you did. That was fine. Don't enable our account. This horse is perfectly reasonable so far. Is it? Is this a perfectly reasonable horse? This needs to be like a lot thinner. Okay, that's probably just enough. Just color it now. Alright. I don't know if they're getting better. We need to do like yellow. Very, 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 very light yellow. Or like this kind of... Yeah, it's like cream kind of. He is a great duck. Kevin drew him. I did draw him. He's great. All those little animals were fun. The crab, the duck. I saved those. Those got added to the special file. Doesn't mean there's anything immediately in the works for anything. It just means this deserves another look at some point. So you go in the special folder. Sometimes pretty amazing things get born out of that folder. Sometimes. Not all the time. Sometimes. When the time is right. You're a pizza hater. Like me? Yes, you know me. It needs sparkles. I thought my wife was the only one. Pizza hater? What does that even mean? I like pizza. Pizza's fine. I just don't know. I don't go crazy for all the like. I feel like you don't really need like 1,000 options. We have nothing in the works regarding the PGG IP. Careful now, Elder. Don't drag me into your debauchery. Next, Kevin will be saying pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. So I've only had pineapple pizza once, and I apparently did a disservice because I got it and it was on a pepperoni pizza, and I was told that I basically eliminated the pineapple by adding the pepperoni. Which I think is probably true. Because I didn't really taste it. I'm like, it tastes like a pepperoni pizza to me. So I was told that was wrong. So I gotta try it again, I guess. It's fine. Kevin can illustrate a book about Declan. The Declan Diaries. This is like an Italian, like, restaurant. How's this Western? That's the board book releasing in 2025. This sounds very Italian. Like classic stereotypical Italian restaurant. Can you picture it right now? Is it because we're talking about pizza? Welcome to Goombateles. How many at a table? Oh, you wanted the special. Everybody's named Mario. There's always someone named Mario. Music knew we were talking about it. Welcome, Mr. Hinkle's Pizza, loaded with pineapple. Alexa will now select music based on your conversation. Amazing. So our next, just so you guys know, I think that you just triggered, did I? That's awesome. How many, did you say how many pages there are in the book? So the Doodle book has 96 pages. The next, just so you guys know, not that I want to stop talking about horses. The next Doodle stream is themed furries. That's the next stream. As suggested by Andrew Boltop. A whole stream dedicated to furries. You're either going to be very entertained or not. One of the others. Furries. That's what he wanted. That's what he wanted. And then after that, we have one more. Kristen's, I don't remember what it is, but she left one on. She's also a brand new patron. She left one. So then that would be the next one. And then we're done with round 2. And we're going to take a little bit of a break again. So I take a break once I've gone through all the patron ones and I do a couple of my prompts. So we'll do a couple of those. And then I'm going to do a whole new theme, a whole new thread, I should say, on Patreon so we can start collecting the next. So any of you guys that have done a third or fourth or plus on prompt will need to do it again in the new thread. That'll just kind of keep it clean and start fresh again. Because that thread has been rocking for like almost 2 years now, so I'd like to put a fresh one up. Can I make a doodle suggestion for Pro Gamer's Guidebook 2? And you can just draw it. But you're not a patron, Brian. Alexa can't complain. One day was streaming with Solo Brick Builder and I kept triggering his Alexa. It was very funny. I managed to order some. Did you? No, you didn't actually order anything. Unless it's all set up to like auto. Like that instant buy. I mean, you can do that. Well, I know where to suggest a character from Winnie the Pooh Blood Nut. Yeah, that's true. That's true. They were talking about that on Ghost Frickin' Talkin'. That was the last episode they were talking about that. It sounds crazy upsetting. It just sounds upsetting to me. I think I'm going to leave that one off my watch list. But that is 100% up Nick's alley. That movie was made for Nick. That's true. It is true. What happens if Matt Elder does horses first thing again? Then that's what he wants. If that's what he wants. Matt, you need to tell me, before I do the next one, I need to draw one for you, because you didn't give me a final answer. You were like, I don't know which one. It's going to be this one. So you need to give me a final answer for what you want me to draw for you. This music sounds really, really familiar to some like royalty-free Western music I put on my college animation film. Like really, really similar. I don't think it's the same, but it sounds very similar. PGG, is there a section on ranting and doing it professionally? I can't wait to see Blood. Yeah, that's up your alley. I saw the new trailer for it. Oh. Yeah, so Ghost Frickin' Talkin' is... they have a YouTube channel if you want to see them. But the podcast is also available, I think, everywhere if you want to just listen. Nick should know. He should be here talking about it. It's like on all the places. I usually listen on YouTube. That's the irony, is I'm listening to it, but I listen to it on YouTube. But pretty sure you can also just listen to like on Spotify and stuff if you wanted. And you know what's funny is I give them grief all the time because they've been horribly inconsistent as of late, where we go months in between episodes. And they were like, you should just go back and listen to it. And you know, I tried. I actually did try. I went back and I was like, all right, fine, whatever. Let's listen to them again. It's not the same. When you've already listened to them, it's like, it's not the same. It's like, nah, I already know where all this is going. I already know the jokes. I know what you're going to say next. Like, it's not as entertaining. I tried. There are 80 plus, and I've listened to all of them. Yeah, I don't think it didn't come up with anything, did it? For Ghost Frickin' Talkin'. I wonder if that's they don't have any Twitch content. Maybe that's why it doesn't show up. Okay, is that's your bullseye? Okay. I will allow it outside of the suggestion box because we had already talked about this ahead of time. You just didn't give me the final answer. Bullseye, Toy Story. I know I've drawn Bullseye before. That was a long time ago, though. Oh, good. Thank you. Perfect. Perfect. Let me go ahead and mark off Swift Wind is done too, so that's finished. Oh, and I need to mark off Mr. Ed. I did that. Okay. Very good, very good. And I'll mark Bullseye from Toy Story done proactively. Our reach isn't so great. No, it's fine. You're not made for the Twitchers, man. So I was thinking about adjusting the text for the horse command, but I was wondering, I don't know if anybody else has experience with this, but I was wondering if I did that, would it clear the counter? I didn't want it to clear the counter. I wanted the counter to stay the number at where it was. And so I just didn't. I went ahead and just didn't update it because I was afraid it was going to do that. But I would be interested to know if anyone has any experience with Nightbot commands, and if they know if you have a thing like that, if you adjust the text, if it resets. If the horse command isn't it's not broke at all. I just wanted to update it, but with another thing, but it's not like the end of the world. And yeah, if it's gonna reset the counter, then I'll just not do it. Bubble LeVeau has no idea. Create a Weremare command and test it out with a new counter. You have a Weremare emote. Is that not enough? You have a character in a book. Is that not enough? Are you not entertained? These eyes are like too small. Also, just so you guys know, there's probably a pretty good chance I'll do another super late Saturday stream. Secret stream. It's always a secret stream, though. Don't tell anybody about it. Matt's like, I don't even know I'm here. That's where you have a stream just to catch it back up. Yeah. But yeah, I've been doing those a couple Saturdays. Because I have a lot of stuff I gotta do. And especially with Inktober coming up, I have so much going on. With Inktober coming up and doing the daily drawings, that's really gonna limit, or it's really gonna mess with the Earthbound thing I'm doing, which I'm still planning on doing that every day. So I literally have 2 daily art challenges going on at the same time. Never a good idea. So I'm probably going to use that opportunity to knock out a bunch of Earthbound things so I can be slightly ahead of the game. So if you're interested in some secret late night Hinkle streaming Saturday night, just saying. Pretty good shot. Pretty good likelihood. And of course it'll be good to see if the internet handles any differently. How is the TikTok algorithm treating you these days? So, it's definitely cooled off. It's cooled off a little bit. It's not awful. So like my average views and stuff, it's still much higher than it used to be. Right? So now like to get a bad, quote unquote, a bad performer now is like anything less than 1,000. If it's less than 1,000 views, it's a bad performer. And I've got like 3 of those now. And it almost always tends to like bounce back the next day, which is kind of weird. So like I'll post one and it'll be kind of a dud. And a dud means like less than 1,000 views and engagements. And then the next day it will be fine. Like it'll be another normal 1,000+ view high engagement. So I don't know. Internet. I can't just have a million commands. I can't just command everything. That's just silly. I had an interesting exchange with a TikTok fan of mine who's been watching all of the videos, very, very active, engages in, actually you can't, I mean, I can, but I don't want to. That's a little, like, excessive. Yeah, I had a conversation through the comment, because you can't message people on TikTok, right? Like, unless I'm totally missing it, you can't direct message people like you can on other platforms. So like the only way to talk to people is through comments on their videos, on their talks. And so he's I can tell a little bit you know, special. A little socially awkward a little bit potentially. And so he got oddly mad at me, and I was like, yeah, you need to watch yourself, otherwise you're out. You don't need to watch my content anymore. But He always comments on every video every time without fail, which is fine. And he was like, yeah, getting oddly aggressive the other day. He was like, why aren't you responding to my messages? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I respond to every comment you post, which I do. I normally respond to every comment. If people make the time to comment on it, I reply. Even if it's just like a heart or whatever, I'll be like, yep, seen, acknowledged, responded. There you go. And I was like, I have never not responded to a single comment you've left, so I don't understand what you're talking about. And he's like, well, you've been ignoring me. And I was like, what are you talking about? And again, this is all through the comments on videos, because that's the only way you can talk to people. And so he finally got his chance. And I was like, okay, well, say what you want to say, because I haven't been ignoring you. So what do you want? And he was like, I think you should check out this YouTube channel. And I was like, are you kidding me? This is what you want me to see? And I was like, all right, noted. I'll take a look. And then he again he wanted to remind me. He's been trying to tell me for a month, but I keep ignoring him. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody's ignoring you, buddy. Yeah, I don't know why he was mad. Matt says, my internet connection dropped. Who are you talking about? Just some random person on TikTok being weird. And yeah, the super important thing he wanted to tell me was to check out some YouTube channel. I was like, okay. Not his, just someone else's that he enjoyed. I think it's one of those things where it's, like I said, somebody's maybe a little bit socially something, and likes my content, has been watching the videos every day for 35 days in a row, and now all of a sudden thinks we're like best friends or something. I'm like, no. It's gonna be a negative. Parasocial relationships are great. They are. They are indeed. But what was the YouTube channel? I don't know. I had zero interest in seeing what it was. And it was seriously like, I just wanted to tell you about this YouTube channel. I think you would enjoy it. And I'm like, okay. But it was just so weird going about it and just kind of like obnoxious. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty much not going to ever look at this. But thanks. So these seem really long. Like too long. That's better. The magic of digital. Oh man, researching internet weirdos is a little hobby of mine. You got to send me that YouTube. Oh, you know who's not here, Ray? Our friend from was that one of those really late night streams? It was, wasn't it? That other guy showed up here and was like telling me how to be a better marketer. That was on one of the really, really late ones, right? And of course never showed up again. There's been several streams since then. Which is fine. I don't need him to be around. It's quite all right. The marketing genius. There was a guy that popped in, and I mean there was some weird vibes going on already, but he was like trying to tell me how to be a marketer, and I was like, no, I know how to market. I'm actually pretty good at marketing. But he was not having it. He was slinging the old unsolicited advice. As they do. One? No, not one. Not one. One does, he pops in from time to time, though. Because, you know, he goes by Slash now. It's usually really quick, to be honest. It's like the times he's popped in has been really quick. It's like, hey, how's everybody doing? Hey, thanks for the bits, Hawkeye Leg Man. How's everybody doing? I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I like anime. I threw an anime request in the suggestion box. Okay, everybody, take care, bye. Like, that's usually how every single interaction goes. I thought 35 days was the target for internet best friends. Did someone raise it and not tell me? Yeah, exactly. You got to stick around for a little bit longer before we're best friends. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, why is this so important for you to tell me? And like I said, you know, I don't typically enjoy people accusing me of things that I'm not or I don't do. Like, that's a trigger for me. And being like, oh, you've been ignoring me for a month is like a triggering statement. I'm like, I have absolutely not ignored you in any way, shape, or form. So please explain yourself. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. Especially because, like I said, the only way you can communicate is through comments on videos. So, like, comments that everybody can see on videos. So it's like somebody saying, you've been ignoring me for a month on a comment on one of videos. It's like, not ideal. You forgot to mention that his social links exclusively were a YouTube video of what a zebra horse cross hybrid like. You know, I did because I didn't even invest any time whatsoever into that guy, Ray. That was all you, man. Ray's out here just doing the Lord's work. Matt, are you gonna stay up and watch the whole horse stream? I know it's late for you. I hope the internet can, well, I mean, I hope it's fixed. Oh, you know what else he told me, conveniently, is that my street is getting fiber next month. And I was like, oh. I was like, well, that explains all of the marketing stuff I'm getting hammered with. And then also, practically speaking, that explains the numerous trucks I keep seeing around my neighborhood and like crazy wires like everywhere. I'm like, wow, they're like doing something with the wires. I thought it was like electricity though. I didn't think it was necessarily that. But apparently, I'm gonna be on or eligible for fiber, which I mean I wanted to get in the first place, but we didn't have it. So I was like, well, not an option. Now it'll be an option. Yeah, it is late. I'm not going to last too much longer. That's fine. You can always watch the replay, as you know. And, of course, just see the final artwork on social, which is all that really matters. Although I do appreciate you guys being here. I know most people just want to see the artwork when it's done. You guys are the real homies. You're like, no, we're here for all of the conversation. We're here to see our things get drawn. That's what makes you guys extra special. Wait, are you drawing something? I thought this was just a chat stream. It is just a chat stream. What internet speed do you have now, and what will you get with fiber? I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it was like the download. No, I don't. I can't speak knowledgeably about it. I don't remember. But yeah, he was saying that it should be like. He said something ridiculous, like it would be like 30 times better. I was like, oh, all good. This is kind of important. This is kind of an important thing I'm doing. It's kind of my livelihood. Oh, is that all? It's just my livelihood. It's just literally how I live. It's alright. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. But yeah, I got a lot of stuff I need to do. There's like, yeah, there's just a lot going on, and yeah, like I said, I got a late night ahead of me because I don't see any other way around it. Got a lot of stuff I got to do. Got to get it done. Well, let's just do the teeth, and then Bullseye will be done, and I will go back to the suggestion box and get someone else's suggestion. I think that's definitely a better Bullseye than the last one. All right. I thought this was a witty banter stream. There's drawing? It's the speeder bike. Oh, the speed. Oh, man, I didn't even think about it. I need to do that too, though. That's very much on the list. The priorities are the absolute final touches on the spreads for the Doodle book. Like I said, that's going off to the printer on Monday. So there's a very minor tweak I need to do, but I need to do it to all 96 pages. So it's like, okay. And I was working on that earlier. I got 30 of the 96 pages done. So there's a little bit more work to be done there. And then, yeah, I need to really get ahead of Earthbound stuff, and I need to get Inktober stuff prepped. There's just a lot. There's a lot. And the speeder bike project. And that has to get done by the end of the month. Kevin and a horse hybrid. Ew. Yes, Ray. Indeed. Sandy. Penny horse ride. I think I know what this is. Yeah, we did on, we did a walkthrough. Yeah, I do know what this is. We'll do this one. Through all the copy of the book. I did that on, what day did I do that on? Wednesday. On Wednesday, we did a full walkthrough of every sentence in the book, and there was a lot of things to correct. But it was top tier consultation. If you need a second set of eagle eyes, you know where I'm at. I do appreciate that. It's going to be really good when it's done. I'm going to do this penny ride. But yeah, it's going to be really, really good when it's done. Which it practically is. It is done. I just have to do these little spacing tweaks. But I'm really proud of it. And yeah, everybody who's seen it has all been like, wow, this is like really nice presentation. Like, thank you. Good. Excellent. I'm super psyched to have it. I appreciate that. It's wild seeing it, you know? It's like, here you go. I get that like every creative project is your, you know, X number of hours, blood, sweat, tears, time, energy, all that stuff for a prolonged period of time. But it's just wild having this representation of literally 3.5 years of my life. And I tried really, really hard to get 1,000 drawings in it, and I couldn't do it. Not without raising the price a lot more on my end. I couldn't do it. So there's not 1,000 drawings in it. I really wanted there to be 1,000. I wanted the marketing message of 1,000 drawings in the book, but couldn't get it to 1,000. You guys will have to settle for 700, I think. You should be proud. Looks like a horse so far. Good. Don't get me wrong. I like the children's book too, but it's not really my demographic. An art book though, sign me up. Just shrink them down really tiny and put them all on one page. Yeah, one page. It's all one page only. Yeah, that was the tough thing about it, is I wanted them to have space, but I want to get as many as I can. And it's like that balance of I want as many as I can fit, but I also want to give them space per page. So that was the final tally. So if 700 in the book, how many did make? A lot, Matt. There's a total of over 1,800 drawings. I think there's a great representation.
Wow. You did these?
Thank you.
Freehand?
Yep.
I'm really proud of you.
Yeah, thanks, Ray. But yeah, it was just gonna like exponentially raise the cost, because I'd go past 100 pages, and that's like changes the game. But I was asked, somebody asked me, I don't remember if it was on the Tuesday stream. It might have been on the Tuesday stream. Did you guys know I stream on Tuesdays also? But someone had asked if, you know, if it didn't make it in, would it be in the next one? And I said, I don't think so. And I'm still kind of leaning that way. Doesn't mean I don't like all the artwork or am proud of it. But I think I'm going to just leave it as it is. If it's not in, it's not in. And when I get to the next book, which there will be another book, I mean, it'll be years because I gotta build up the content again, but I don't think I'll go back. I think I'll just keep it. I'll keep this book, the first 100 episodes, and then the next book would be whatever, the next 100 episodes. Yeah, once you get to a certain size, it changes the vibe. Yeah, exactly. And so I'm like, yeah, it's not gonna work. And I didn't want them to be really tiny, you know? Like, I want you to be able to, like, this is the chance to see all the artwork and just, like, take it in and not, like the posters, when I do the posters, which I don't know if I'm going to do a poster again. The posters sold really poorly last time, which is kind of a shame. But it is what it is. It's all right. But I don't think... I'm not decided yet if I want to do... Yeah, horses are so hard to draw. Like struggling on this leg. I don't know if I want to do a poster at the end of this year. I might. I don't know. Look how... I think that looks so bad. It sounds like a great add-on for the next Kickstarter. Oh yeah, the book is absolutely better. Bolo says, wait, we need the poster. You want to do the poster. Yeah, but last time, I had so few pre-orders that I had to like, so normally I just round up, right? Because I want to have some extras in the shop, in my shop, but it's not like the main, it's not the main thing. But like normally my rounding up is not that bad. It's like, oh, I'll round up to the next, you know, I'll add on 5 or I'll add on 8, you know, like that. But there was so few last time that I had to add on like 15 of my own to like even justify the minimum order. And I was like, okay, I can't be doing this. Then it's not worth it. But I was bringing that up because I was saying, if they're not in the book, where else could you see them? And I mean, Patreon's always going to be the absolute guaranteed place to see it, because all patrons will always get all of the artwork from every episode, no matter what. But outside of that, I don't know. Okay, I'm back. I had to pick up my kids. Well, welcome back. Wallpaper is better so you don't waste. Wallpaper? What other horses have you drawn? So, not many. We did this one, which is from She-Ra, and Bullseye, Quick Draw McGraw. That's probably it, right? Those 3. And now I'm working on like a penny arcade game, or a penny ride. And struggling. I'm definitely slower. You guys have seen. I'm definitely slower because they're very difficult to draw. I keep drawing a leg and then erasing it and redrawing it and erasing it and redrawing it because it's just like clunky and weird. Yeah, crying for sure. I need a warning before you break out news like the note poster potentially. Well, you would be the only person that would care. I mean, I like the poster. I'll probably... So the thing is like, yes, it's a poster, but like the dual use out of it is that it's a new collage with like the newer artwork, and so I can update all the thumbnails and everything each year. You know? So I'll probably do that anyway, because it does, it, pun intended, it behooves me to have updated artwork collages of the newest doodles. I just don't know if I would go forward with another poster order. It's Sandy from Meyer. Oh yeah, is that what it is? Could always just make the file and do it as a print-on-demand thing. Yeah, I mean, the way I've been doing it, I mean, you know, Ray, you've been around. The way I've been doing it is pre-order only. So, like, I don't even place the order until I get the pre-orders in. And like I said, the last year's was pretty bad. Because normally I just add on a few, but I had to add on a lot to get the minimum order. And I was like, yeah, obviously there's no demand for it. And that's fine. I'm not offended by it. There's just no demand for it. I am never offended when things don't sell well or perform well. It just makes me rethink strategy on what I release or what I do. It doesn't hurt my feelings. Sandy from Meyer. So that's like the name of this official like ride. Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right, because it says Sandy on the base. I didn't even look at that. Told ya. The real question is, will next week's furry stream be better than the horror stream? Which one do you guys think will be better? It's a Midwest thing. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, God! Oh, Jesus! God! Oh, Mary, Mother of Jesus! Jesus of Nazareth!
Sass for me. I'm not giving sass. I'm just asking. I don't know the answer to the question. I'm just wondering what people think. Ghost Freaking Talking says, going to be ordering a Sam and Elvira print October 1st. Going to be adding the Elvira to a package for the Wolf Hollow fundraiser they will be doing in November. That's awesome. Nothing is better than a horror stream, says Matt. Matt is still holding on to consciousness and saying things like that. Did you say Furby or furry? Like furries. Not the toy. That's the next stream. Somebody wanted all furries. And they will get it. Because I take care of the patrons. Patrons take care of me and I take care of the patrons. I was also happy to finally send out the platinum tier patron packages because I felt a little guilty. Because I'm usually very, very prompt in getting stuff. Please no Furbies. Furby stream would be great. Better how? Do you follow Sam Owen? I don't think so. I don't believe so. That name doesn't sound... Is that an artist? Or is that an actor? Or what is that? I don't even remember what I was going to say. What was I even talking about? Oh, the platinum package. Yeah, because So platinum tier patrons, it's a lot of money, and I am fully aware of how much money it is. It's a $50 tier. It's a lot of money. But what you get for being a $50 patron is you get everything. You get literally every single thing I make. And it's a lot. I make a lot of products. If you guys follow me online, you know how many products I do. I release dozens and dozens of stickers and prints and stuff every single year. And so they get everything. They get automatic allocation of every single thing I made. And I was trying to save a little bit of money on shipping. And I kept releasing stuff. I was like releasing thing after thing after thing after thing for like a couple months. And I was like, I'm just going to keep stockpiling your package because I don't want to keep paying to ship over and over and over again. So they finally got their package just earlier this week. And it was a big one. Because they got the Pro Gamers book. You do get the books. I make a book. I sell a book. You get a book too. They got the books. They got the 3 prints. They got all the Halloween stickers. They got the updated Link sticker and Thrawn and Diddy Kong and Charmander. Like, they got a lot. It was a big one. Yeah, he's done some very disturbing Furby artwork. More disturbing than Brian. Wait, why do you think if I search for that artist, Funny Figs, what I see, I won't be able to unsee? Furby Brian? Brian made a Furby on a Minecraft crate. Oh, I remember that. Wasn't that with the udder belt? Right? Didn't it have an udder belt? It's Sandy. Alright, let's color it. A lot of times those like Minecraft streams, I pop in. See you later, Matt. Thanks for this, I guess. Thanks for doing this. I hope it was worth it. I hope you feel accomplished. Thank you for your ongoing patronage, as always. Thanks for sticking it out for the stream for a little bit, even though it's super late in your time zone. Have a wonderful rest of your night. We'll see you next time. And a zipper and a lot of other things. Yes. Yes. So now that Matt's gone, we can all share how we really feel about horse streams. This is... It's very shiny. Thanks for this, I guess. Always a pleasure, yes. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your slumber. Go to sleep accomplished, because you have once again done this to me. Be like, I'm so proud of myself. Share away. There's always the replay. All the secrets.
We don't make mistakes.
That's right.
We have happy accidents.
Yeah, that's very true. Yes. Once my internet issues are finally solved, they will be eventually, for sure. I need to look back at streaming strategy, see what I can do, because the numbers have been extra low for quite some time. I think it's consistency. I'm not being a consistent streamer, even though I'm one of the most consistent people there is. But travel hurts, because then even when you miss a week, people don't come back. But I've been a little hesitant to like go all in on figuring out what I can do to boost the numbers and stuff until I was like can get reliable internet connection again. Seems like that's the appropriate play. No point in putting energy into that until I can guarantee that the streams are technologically consistent again. Thank you for the bit there, Ray. Yo, it was kind of cool at Granite State Comic Con. Got to meet some other cool artists and stuff, and I got to meet a Twitch partner, which was pretty neat. Another artist who does streaming as a partner. We didn't get a ton of time to talk, but it was interesting. It's like, oh, do you stream too? Yes, but not to the same degree. I'm sorry I've been forgetting to throw in pennies. Oh, it's all good. That's why the numbers are down. It's because of you. It's true, Ray. You are single-handedly responsible for this. I still need to figure out what I'm gonna do for the Inktober like tech setup. Because I told you guys I'm gonna start them all digital and then transfer over to the paper and color them and finish them up there, which is something I've seen a lot of other artists do. I've been watching them do for some time because these screens do have built-in light in them, so you can transfer pretty easily, and that way you can use the technology to your advantage by able to, you know, easily undo stuff and resize things and just get all the sketch work done. But that's like two different styles of streaming in one go. So I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Part of me wants to just do all the like sketch work and stuff with you guys on the stream. And when I get it like really where I want it, then like, I don't know, stop the stream and then transfer it over and just kind of do that off air. But I don't know. That seems like it might be kind of lame, considering I've live streamed the entire process every year up till now. All right, there's another horse. Oops. Ah, dang it. I've been making do, says Hawkeye Lego Man. Big time streamer. Have any advice? No, we didn't talk that long. You have to pause. You have to pause and be utterly shocked. Hawkeye Lego Man has issued a shape challenge. All right, buddy. We're doing it. We're gonna do it. Let me just move that horse there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not aware, by watching me stream, you earn exposure bucks because I'm an artist and I only work for exposure. You can use that exposure bucks to issue challenges should you wish, like the 60-second challenge or the shape challenge. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on the Google machine and I'm gonna find random shapes. This looks good. And Hawkeye Lego Man, as the issuer of our challenge, is gonna give me a noun. And I have to somehow put that noun in the shape. All right, Hawkeye Lego Man. First and foremost, A, B, or C. Pick a letter. And then give me the noun. It's got to be safe for work. You know that. Oh, the Google machine. Yes. I always just go to Google like shapes and I pick whatever's the first thing that like shows up. So here's your three options. We're gonna pick one of these, and that is what I have to somehow draw the noun into the shape. C, okay. That's the shape. Jesse, Friday Night Bricks. Is that a noun? Are names nouns? Let me copy this. Person, place, or thing. Oh, okay. I don't know. All right. You want me to draw Jesse from Friday Night Bricks in this shape. Okay. All right. I like the music as this is doing the thing. Technically. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna get a reference image. This is why I trust you guys to tell me. I don't know. So this is not a time challenge, but I don't spend too long on this. I'm looking for a reference image. There's some good ones, but then they're videos, and I can't pause the video. Okay, I think I got this. So, all right, what do I want to do? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Planning. This is the planning stage. Change this to just a pile of pieces. Okay, I think I like that. Okay, okay, now, I'm gonna do some realness. Some realness. This should be fun, I hope so. Lower this opacity a little bit more. So I did have a section in the book for 60-second challenges. So I had one page dedicated to some of the best 60-second challenges, which are still kind of relatively new for streaming history for me. But that is a thing. And don't worry, I'm not being held against my will. Well, that's good. I should sincerely hope not. I don't think I need those anymore. Trying to show a tabletop full of plastic bricks. Gotta keep the joke rolling as much as possible. I almost would have done the 60 seconds. This is chill music. Where you're bribed by Kevin to do a challenge. That was not a horse. I was half expecting it to be, though. See, the thing about the challenges, they don't have to be related to anything that we're doing. They can be literally whatever you want. But I know that somewhat often people will do the challenges and then they will do something based around our theme, and you don't have to do that, but I know that that does seem to happen a decent amount. I wasn't even expecting that. Well, I was gonna do him like sitting, and then it was like I couldn't quite figure it out the way I wanted it to do it, so I was like, all right, we'll just cut it in half and give him something he's looking down at, and that seems appropriate if that's what he's looking down at. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was trying to plan out a way where he would be like sitting down. And it's kind of there. Like I feel like it's still kind of there, but without spending like a lot of time on it. I can't quite hammer that out super quick. But it still could be done. We gotta have a beer in his hand because that's how it is. Because that's how it is done. Oh man, you know what's funny? I didn't even realize this until this exact second. That the reference image I am looking at of Jesse has Hawkeye Lego Man in it. I'm sorry, I didn't even realize, like, oh wait a minute. That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. It's like destiny. Do some like, this is my secret technique to doing multicolor things. Valid point. I could be. It would be more of a cartoon character. Yeah, ironic indeed. Get some gray. This one obviously has got to be red right there. Let's see. That's higher. It kind of looks like he's reaching for the tire. Maybe that's it. And we gotta have that like brown kind of, without me going and looking it up real quick. There's our Jesse from Friday Night Bricks in the shape. There you go. Thank you for the challenge, Hawkeye Lego Man. Now that I'm looking, the shape would be good for someone on hands. Yeah, like you can see it, right? It's there. You just have to like get it.
It's probably the best drawing I've ever done.
Like, so, yeah, thank you. Like somebody like they're right, like this. These are the legs, and then hunched over like it can be done. It can be done. Sweet. Good deal. I'll save that afterwards. It goes on. It goes in the special canvas. It goes in a special place. All right, let me go back to the suggestion box, and I will mark Sandy, a penny horse ride, as complete. Oh, the Demon Horse of Denver Airport. That's a great one. I used to see that one all the time. All the time when I lived out there. Oh, also, hey, Nick, this is kind of super important. I applied for C2E2 in Chicago. I went ahead and just did it. 100% because you said I could stay with you and you would help me at the show. So if I get in, you are just as committed as I am now. Denver Airport horse. But it's not a guarantee. I did apply, and they have a selection process. I will keep you posted. I am supposed to get an answer one way or the other. I think they said by December 5th. And I've done enough of these shows to know that if that's their date, it's going to be like days before that date is when I'm going to be told. Like they always wait to the last second of when they say they're going to tell you. So I'll keep you updated. But yes, I have officially applied for an artist table at another one of the largest shows in the entire country in Chicago, C2E2. And that one would be really cool if I could get into that one, because obviously it's a huge show. It is an absolutely beast of a show, so that's cool. Getting accepted into that stuff is always like a pretty big deal because it's so curated and it's never guaranteed. So that by itself is also pretty cool. But also getting to hang out with people I know in the area would be really cool too. Because if I'm going to go that far out, I would add at least a day or two, you know? At least. What do you think, Ray? You think I'm going to get in? Their application process was just as ridiculous as, like, the other big heavy hitters. Their applications are ridiculous. For, like, New York Comic Con, for Awesome Con, like, those shows, their applications are just silly. With all the questions they ask you, and it's like very, very in-depth for like everything. Every aspect of your business and everything you do. Honestly, couldn't tell you. Never tried to get in myself. Yeah. I mean, obviously, neither have I. But they had some of the shows I've been to again on the list, and that list by itself continues to grow. You know, because I could select Fan Expo Philadelphia, Fan Expo Boston, AwesomeCon in DC as shows that I've been accepted and display at, and it's on their pre-generated list, you know, versus a lot of the ones I have to type in, which I do because they're like, list any shows that are not in this list that you've been to, and I'm like, yeah, a lot, and I list all of them. Obviously, I don't list like craft fairs or anything, but I list all the cons that I go to, and the ones that are on their list, which clearly means they care more about Fan Expo Philly, Fan Expo Boston, AwesomeCon in DC, and I was at all of those. So there was a lot more than that, but like those were clearly important to them. They also had like MegaCon in Orlando, San Diego Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con. BF says, that's great. I hope you get in. So do I. It is Chicago. Maybe you just need to find the right palms degrees. Maybe. I was talking to an artist who does go to New York Comic-Con every year, and he has been for several years. And he was saying that he always gets in. And his recommendation was to donate to the charity auction. He said he couldn't definitively say one way or the other if it made a difference, but he said that he always donates artwork to the charity auction, and he says that other artists that he has known over the years, that even if they don't get in, they just donate art, and it kind of gets them on the short list for like the next year to get in. Like, oh, okay, I see how it is. I like how I said something like major, and then like Nick just like bailed. It's like, oh, here's a big deal. Oh, he's gone. All right. I think all these horses are not looking so great. Bullseye looks pretty good. This is why I don't like to draw horses. They don't look good. All the secrets, says Bobo. Yes, all the secrets. Give me all the secrets. Hey, thanks for the bits. Hope Castle. Well, I updated my payment on Patreon. I guess we'll see if it goes through in a week or two. Nice. How's it going, Reed? I was just sharing. I don't know if you heard. I was just sharing that I applied for a show in Chicago next year.
No matter how anybody says it is. Feels good to have made something.
It does. Indeed. We need to get your horse drawings up to par then. I don't want them to be. I don't like drawing horses. I don't think they're bad. I don't think they're good either.
I think I've improved on your methods a bit too. I employed some chiaro shading.
Let's improve on your methods.
What?
Thanks, Ray. When is the show? So it's C2E2. It's one of the largest comic conventions in the country. It's another one of those big ones up there with San Diego, New York, AwesomeCon, MegaCon in Orlando. So it's a big one. It is a big one. There's no guarantee I will get in. It is a selected, curated process. And they say we examine all of our artists to see if they can provide something that is unique to our visitors. Yeah, Nick volunteered that I could stay with him, which is awesome, and that he would help me at the show, which is also awesome, which is why I applied in the first place. I still don't know how I would get there. That's details. This is what I did for AwesomeCon. I was like, oh, people have volunteered their couches and stuff, so I should probably apply. But I didn't really have any thought process into actually getting in. And then I got in, I was like, oh, I guess I need to figure out how to get there. But that wasn't that bad. That was just like a 9-hour drive. But when is it? I don't remember, Reed. I think it's like April. That could be wrong, though. Yes, Kevin, you're too hard on yourself. You do excellent drawings of horses. It's all in your head. It's all out in the pasture. Thank you. I guess I would have to go to a show other than like, yeah. It would be good for you, Reed. It's healthy for you. It's healthy. How far away is that for you, Reed? If you think this horse... Oops. Go away. Oh my goodness. Go away. How did I turn this on? I turned on the stupid, like, tour. I don't need a tour of Photoshop. Go away. Oh my goodness. It's, like, stuck on the screen. Oh, there we go. Got it. What was I gonna say? Yeah, if I go out, I was thinking I would... Yeah, I still don't really know if I'd drive or fly. I feel like it probably makes more sense to fly. It would definitely be less time, you know? And time is money. Time is absolutely money. But I was thinking I'd probably add a couple days to the beginning and maybe one day after. Of course, this is all if I get in. Who knows? I have a 50-50 track record right now because I got into AwesomeCon in DC, and that was the exact same juried process, and I did not get into New York Comic Con. This horse, if it looks crazy, it absolutely is. This is at the Denver airport. This is what greets people as they arrive. It's like ludicrous. It's like very demonic. And it's like blue. Chicago is like 2 to 2.5 hours now that I despise the Illinois toll system. Probably closer to 2.5. Careful, Hocastle. You start going to other shows, you might start enjoying them. It's true. You might. You might realize there's more than just plastic bricks. I know it's crazy. I know some of you guys don't want to believe that. Yes, but I am waiting for a LEGO Expo in the Denver area worth going to. Is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen though? I think there's a show happening right now. Isn't there a brick fair happening right now? I think there is. In Philadelphia. Silly. Blue. We have to make it's a blue horse. Wouldn't count on it. I plan on going to 2 LEGO shows in 2023. Nebraska Brick Days in Omaha and Brickworld Chicago. Yeah, but if I'm going to be in Chicago, then you need to come and visit me at C2E2. If you wouldn't, I would actually genuinely be insulted. I'd be like, I came all the way to this side of the country, this area of the country, and the least you can do is come a couple hours. I don't remember off the top of my head. Ray, I think it's March or April. I think I can't remember. The C2E2 show for you next year is March 30th. There you go. Yeah, I thought it was like March. Thank you. Darn, there's no way. But getting off a single Friday would be too hard. If it was a bit later in the year, what would that mean, Ray? What tales are you drumming up over here? You talking about actually driving up to Chicago or some wildness like that? Don't do that. That's got to be insane. Don't you start doing things like that. Hawkeye Legoman says, I need to figure out if I want to go a certain direction with more art series like my Fuzzbones. Then, if there was an art show to start selling them. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. Chicago's not that far. Yeah, it has to be. Come on. Come on. Don't be silly. Don't be silly, man. It's more likely that I will do a show at some point in, I mean, Oklahoma or Texas, really. It'll happen at some point. Thanks for the bits, Reed. I have a frequent panelist on my Friday stream that gets pestered into bringing one of his shows to Denver. Only 13 hours. Oh, is that all? I think that's less than mine. Less than my drive. But I probably wouldn't drive. I think it's possible to like get it all condensed into like easily transportable stuff. It's not that outrageous, but I'll have to like sacrifice some things, and that's all right. Some of the stuff that I normally take, which are like just nice little extras, I don't think I'll have the space to take. Kids screaming. Okay, please do not ever do a show in Oklahoma. Not even Oklahoma City, Ray. Is there nothing that's... I mean, I take your word for it. If there's not, there's not. I'm not going to force it. But I feel like there's probably some pretty decent shows in like Dallas and stuff. Right? There has to be. There has to be. There's no way there isn't. I've been to every single one. You will never make money. Well, yep, not with a travel cost. I don't think that horse is scary enough to greet all the travelers. I know. It's really terrifying. It's like, what? Why do you think this is a great, like, way to greet people? We gotta add some glow. Welcome to Denver. The whole Midwest is kind of a crapshoot for shows. Even Texas is hit or miss. Someone woke up one day and decided this was a good idea. Yeah, some artist. It's like, it's not like it's a bad sculpture or like art piece. It's just a very weird, like, let's greet travelers with this. Like, that's an odd option. You know, like tourism is so important to states, and like that's how you want to greet people. It's weird. Crazy demonic possessed blue stallion. I gotta like, they're all, how do I rearrange this so I can make myself some space here? Oops. Thank you for the bits, Reed. Did that do anything? Not really, did it? Didn't really do anything. Just moving things left and right. That kind of works. Horses. Needs to have that moving edgy to be scary. I did shows there that were bananas one year and my biggest failure the next. Amazing. I know you don't read comics, but one of my favorites is about a secret government agency under the Denver. Oh, nice. Department of Truth. The Bigfoot issue is tier rich. Oh. Yeah, I would love to. I just don't have the time. It's same thing with like watching anything. I just don't have time anymore to do anything. All right, Demon Horse of Denver Airport is done. Mark that as complete. Oh, it's 7:55. It's like time to end. I'll do one more though because I know I started late. So I'll do one last one and then we'll stop after that one. Okay? Is that a deal? Is that a deal? Too much fun, the time galloped. One more hour. Even now that we're out of camping season, yeah. Let's see. What is it? Let me look up some of these. I don't know what some of these are. I'm not gonna draw that. That's funny though. Oh yeah. Oh yes. This is the music. This is the horse music. Alright, let me look up this one. Nothing as good as the Sawhorse. I'll be real. No, of course not. We got some close ones, but that one was the best. That one was the best. I didn't realize this is a thing. Some of these are funny. You guys are funny. Oh man. Wow. Yeah, I think that's the play, Ray. I think you're right. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. That's how we're gonna end this debacle. Coward. I'll allow it. I don't disagree. Not for the last drawing of this show. Okay. Whoa, that's bad. This. They will just come back. Of course they will, and there will be one, so I'm not too terribly worried.
You're making us a little bit uncomfortable.
Relax, big guy.
Just doing this for his art. Right, Homer?
Oh, yeah.
Art. Yeah. So what's really funny is way back in the day, once upon a time, when Funny Figs used to stream, and we were talking about this horse issue. And it was funny because on his stream he was like, "It's not here. I'll show you. Here's how you do it." And he like did it, and it was a great drawing. I was like, "Ray, that doesn't look like a horse." I was like, "That looks like I still think it looks like that character from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the rhinoceros guy. Like, what are they? Bebop and Rocksteady." I was like, "That is 100% Bebop and Rocksteady. That what you're doing. That is not a horse." You have not helped me.
You have improved on your methods.
No, you didn't.
I employed some
No.
chiaroscuro shading.
Improve on your methods.
What?
You did not. In that case, you certainly did not. Horses 3, Horses in Space. Horus is mostly 2 shades. I'm liking where this is going so far, though. This one may be the best one. We're going to end on a high here.
It's probably the best drawing I've ever done.
Probably. Well, it paused again. Hold on. Hold on. I need to remember to sign back in on that. I'm surprised it has not done any ads. That's great. I feel like this is... maybe too big. I'm just gonna roll with it, I guess. You gotta capture those dead eyes filled with empty mouths. I know, that's what I'm really trying to do. Do you think I got it? I don't know if I did. These nostrils are huge on this mask. As far as what I remember you saying, wait, can't say that you'd say that you've ended on many high notes lately. Honestly, I don't know if I'm fully convinced this one wants to murder me. I think the eye is too big. Maybe that's what it is. We are getting near the end of the stream, so another reminder, if you did not get, if you were not a Kickstarter backer for the Pro Gamer's Guide, which was my first kids book, I do have a limited stock on my website if you're interested. Exclamation point book, if anyone wants to drop that in real quick in the chat, that'll give you a direct link over to my site. It's an artist bundle is what I'm calling it. It's got both autographs of myself and Brian in it, and it comes with the exclusive numbered decal that I made specifically for the launch of the book, and that is the only place you can get it. So you can't get that anywhere else. Absurd Paintings is live if you'd like to raid them after. Just got their notification. Cool. Oh, happy little Shop of Horrors Day. Oh, yeah? Nice. For those who celebrate, of course. I like when people, like, awkwardly add that in. For those who celebrate. I don't think this... Yeah, the eyes are not quite there. It's got to be, like... There's something about that eye. That's better. This might actually be too big. It is really, really big, but like, maybe it's too big. Just kill the highlight full black. I mean, there is highlight on the mask. On the reference. Okay. I'm gonna do a new layer. But having the whites of the eyes helps a lot. Just make it a gummy. Oh, Lord. I'm just kind of planning this out.
Hold it right there, Doodle. Any
Yep.
last words?
Any last words, Doodle? We're not there yet. It's no gummy aholic. That's an ugly hand. That's not much better, but whatever. Random idea. Looks like a horse that should do the Star Trek hand. That is a very random idea. I agree. That's very random. We're in the final stretch. Everybody has left. This was too much horse for people. They couldn't handle it. Rip. Yeah, exactly. It's just funny. I was looking down at this, obviously, and I was kind of focusing because I had a was doing my thing, and I'm like, I looked up, I'm like, oh, everybody's gone. The viewer count dropped like a stone. I'm like, oh, all right, okay. Okay, bye. Just say nay to horses. It's alright. We are also over the normal time, so you know. That makes a difference. Impacts things. Hoof. Bad. Bad jokes. Hoof. Am I not being entertaining enough? Should I be more entertaining? I try to be entertaining. I do think it needs that highlight though. It really is time to rein this all in. Ugh. Groan. Groan.
We'll just put one in here by the castle.
Nope. We don't. No, we don't. The joyfulness is over. I think no. 100%. No, we don't go around altering valuable artwork. It's a little too dark. I mean, that's a little too light, but whatever. I'm just following Funny Pigs' lead.
Well, art is not all fun
That's
and
right.
games. It's a lot of hard work.
Yes, it is. Ray showed some artwork the other day on the social medias. Maybe that was today. All days blur together now for me. We're just all in one continuous time loop. That was great. Love to see it. Love to see it. Love to see it. Always impressed by your unbridled passion for horses. Well, thanks, Ray. It's time to get back. If I don't start drawing again, I may never do so. I know. I know how that goes. I know how that feeling is. And plus, you know, I mean, I don't know about you, but it's certainly true for me. It's like, it feels like you forget how to do it. And then you're like crazy rusty and you're like, I swear I could do this. I did it before. You have to like gain back that muscle memory. It's very much not like a, oh yeah, I did it once and I can always do it. It's like, no, you gotta keep practicing it. I mean, of course that's the way you get better too, but like it just kind of like, it's not always there. Flirty Mango, howdy, hi. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're just ending actually. This is the last drawing for today. And I'm just coloring it up and then we're gonna end. And probably, most likely, raid another art friend. But how are you? Welcome. Yeah, when I got the notification that you uploaded, I was glad for you. I was glad for you, son. Thanks for the follow, Flirty Mango. Well, dang. I'll just have to come back. Yes, you will. So I stream Tuesdays and Fridays. Fridays are viewer requests. So people can ask for things, and I draw them. And we have a theme every week, and today was horses, because, spoiler alert, I hate drawing horses. So one of my patrons was like, you know what you should do? Draw horses for all 3 hours. It's fine. I deserve it. And then Tuesdays, I do like a studio hour thing where I just stream and chat while I work on whatever I need to work on. But nice to see you. Welcome. Welcome in anytime. Okay, guys, that's enough. That's enough. Horses. 221 times, man. I love that. I like seeing all the avatar art fly by. Yeah. Yeah, so in the bottom right, that's a little carousel, a slideshow, I should say, going through all of the drawings that I've done during this show, during the viewer requests. So everything that pops up down there, somebody asked me to draw it at some point. And I've been doing this for almost 4 years. So we've got 108 3-hour episodes of this Doodle stream program. You came to the right place. We just did we did elements last week. Enough horsing. Yeah, exactly. Hey, that's enough. Oh my, okay. So we're gonna end. Let's finish this up. Let's take a tour of all the horses we drew, all the horrible horses we drew, and then let's get out of here. So this is the first one. This is Mr. Ed. This is terrifying. This is like a zombie horse. See, this is what I tell you guys. I don't know why you don't listen to me. All right, here's a Little Tykes rocking horse. Here's a Sandy penny arcade or penny game, penny ride horse. This is what's the name? Swift Wind.
Oh Jesus! Oh God! Oh Jesus God! Oh Mary, Mother of Jesus, Jesus of Nazareth!
I know. For the zombie horse, yeah. This is She-Ra's horse. And then we got Quick Draw McGraw. Probably the best one of the bunch. This is me wearing a horse mask, if you couldn't tell. It can be for all the horses, yeah. Here is, but actually I think Bullseye is probably the best one. So here's Bullseye from Toy Story. And then this is the giant, evil, demonic blue stallion Bronco that's at the Denver airport. I could not tell he needs a mustache. I think it would... Here, let me do it on another layer. I think it'll ruin it, though. I don't think it'll be as good. Let's see. Let's see, though. Yeah, I think Bullseye came out pretty good. I think it gets kind of lost, doesn't it? I don't think it works. Nah. What do you guys think? I don't think it works.
It's probably the best drawing I've ever done.
Thanks, Ray. The mustache is great. Let me get a couple more opinions. Let me, I don't like that it just kind of loses all the detail in the middle there. Maybe I can play around with that for a second. Let's see. If I can do... Oh no. This guy. Bobo Laveau's like, no. No, you won't end. Alright, so for anyone who's unfamiliar, you earn exposure bucks for watching me live stream, which I appreciate. I appreciate you guys being here and watching me. I'm an artist. I only work for exposure. I don't work for real money because why would I do that? Who needs that? You can use that to challenge me to things as well as play silly clips and fun stuff like that. And then I gotta do it. And so there's a couple different challenges. One of them is the shape challenge. We're gonna do that now. We're gonna do that now. I promise. I just wanna put the finishing little touches on this. I wanted to separate it so it doesn't get like lost in the, you know what I'm saying? There. Okay. So, we're gonna do a shape challenge. What is the shape challenge? The shape challenge, and look, I already have shapes. I find these random shapes, and the person who issued me the shape challenge gets to pick one, and then they give me a noun, and I have to put that noun into the shape. Okay. All right, so we're gonna reset. Let me pick 3 more. I just A, B, C. All right, so Bo Laveau doesn't want this to end. So you may choose. That is one handsome horse. Excellent evening, sir. Excellent indeed. We might make it extra 40. No, it's not gonna be that long. All right, so C is the shape of choice. Very good, very good. And now, what is the noun? What am I putting in this shape? Thank you for the challenge, too. What is that? What does that even mean? Is that English? Guimpy? A high-necked blouse or undergarment? Is that what you mean? A high-necked blouse or undergarment worn showing beneath a low-neck dress? It is a noun, thank you. Is that... Okay, that is what you mean. Okay. Alright. It's like a French garment worn in the medieval Western Europe. Jesus. Okay, let me get one. You know, this seems difficult on the surface, but article of clothing. So I can actually almost do anything. Nothing says medieval French like country hoedown music, let me tell you. We were gonna end, now we're going into bonus minutes. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, like I said, this is an article of clothing, so this could literally be in a pile, right? So we've got like a big old poofy sleeve right here. It's all wrinkled up. We need to have the neck. And this is kind of where we have some of the embroidery and stuff. I'll do better in a second. Yeah, this is like where it's coming together. We need to have both sleeves in here somehow. But it could just be like it got thrown on the floor, you know? It's just like a bundle of clothing. Bonus time. Google, what's the most interesting nouns of 2022? Did you even pull up a fine reference image? I don't know. I mean, I pulled up a reference image of somebody with the garment. All right. So I'm gonna lower the opacity of that and then go for reels. For reels. And this music 100% puts me in the French medieval garment mood. Bonus time. Speaking of bonus time, that reminds me of Eyebrow Express, which has not made an appearance. Just stating facts for the audience. I feel like you don't do enough clothing. Maybe we need a fashion theme day. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, so if you go by the book, I'm not saying like if you go by it, like if you reference the book, according to that, I have a severe lack in animals, and not like cartoon animals, like not animated. I have a severe lack of animals, nature, and environment. Those are like the two big lacking ones. I think animals is the lightest category out of all of them. I misbid you all a good night. Yes, no problem. We're going over. We're overtime anyway. Have a good night. I missed the Squid Games hot take stream for Eyebrow Express and then silence. Yeah, see what happens? See what happens? You just miss one and then it's like, oh well. I guess I'm just never gonna be here again.
Looks so yummy, yummy. Looks so good. Yummy, yummy. Looks so good. Yummy, yummy. Looks so good. Yummy, yummy. Looks so good.
What's up, Panda? We almost went the entire stream without that. We're in bonus time right now because I got a challenge literally as I was saying goodbye. A shape challenge. So we almost went an entire stream without hearing that panda alarm one time. That's a travesty. I know, how could we? How are the pet stickers doing for you these days? We got dogs and cats, but never made it to fish. Yeah, so it's interesting because obviously I dived into that for copyright reasons, because you can't copyright animals. And that was advice of my counsel to explore that, and it was good advice, and I did it, and it's a big thing it shows. It like stops people a lot, because there's not many people at a Comic-Con that have pug stickers, right? They have pop culture stuff, which is fair. And so it tends to stop a lot of people, and they go, oh my goodness, look, kitties or puppies, and they like, it brings people over. And they sell okay. Like, they're not a big seller, but they bring people over all the time. I would say the pets bring people over more than almost anything else. So like, the business sense of me says, Kevin, you should be doing more of these, but like, the pressure to do them is not really there anymore, because that was to keep the Etsy shop going, and like that got terminated. So it's just like a lot of the big push to do it is no longer a push. It's no longer like relevant. But because it always stops people, it makes me think I should do more of them. I'm trying to do some like lace badly. If I just do squiggles, does that work? So yeah, this is, you can see it there. It's like in a pile. Here's the like collar. This is a French, like high-necked collar, upper garment corset thing. This was the noun. This is what I had to put into the shape. But since it's clothing, I can just like pile it up and just toss it on the ground. There it is. I'm surprised you don't do more pets. Also, it's like, it's not like a big thing for me, right? Like, it doesn't do anything for me. Like, I'm not super jazzed to be like, let's draw some more pets. But I mean, I'm also, you know, looking to pay the bills and stuff, so I'm not too proud to do it. It's just like, not, you know what I'm saying? Does this all make sense? How is Panda today? The party don't start till I walk in. Panda stickers would sell a ton. Yeah, I had like plans to do other animals, like zoo animals and stuff. And I was gonna do it, but like I said, like the main purpose of doing it kind of stopped being a purpose. So now it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. I need to do a million things. There's a million things I need to do. I'm trying to do a little bit more, make it a little darker where you can see the sleeves and the collar are. I'm okay, really sleepy after this stressful week. How are you? Yeah, it's been a long week. I'm okay though. Doing pretty good. I would say seeing all the kids get their books has been like really awesome. That's been like my big rewarding feeling, because our kids' books went out to the masses, so people have been sharing photos of their families and kids getting them. Okay, but there's a lot of specialty pets you could get to. Bearded dragons, to name a random one. Are you planning on stopping by at a certain stream tonight? Yeah, maybe. I have a long night ahead of me. And so I might be popping around to listen and stuff. Oops. All right, there you go. Why is it doing that? Stop it. Boba Laveau, per your challenge, I have taken this medieval French high-collared corset piece of garment and put it in the shape. Challenge defeated. Wow, look at that up close detail. Exactly. Look at all the pixels. Look at each pixel. Look at them.
Wow. You did these freehand?
Yep.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you guys too for 2 shape challenges in one stream. It's pretty awesome. Okay, yeah, we already did the whole tour. I showed you guys all the horses. Here's all the horses again, just in case. There's all the horses we did today. Don't forget, if you did not get your copy of my kids' book, !book. If you do not support the Kickstarter, but you want one, I do have some on my website. That's the link for you. It is a artist bundle, so it is an autographed copy of the book with both the... That was Panda, it was. Yeah. Everything just stops. Hawkeye says, you deserve rest too. I really do. I really do. But yeah, it's an autographed copy of the book, and it comes with the exclusive sticker too. So if you want to get it, that's a link to grab it. And then also next Saturday, October 1st, not tomorrow, next Saturday, kicking off the spooky season. You guys know I go all in on spooky every Halloween, so all the branding will be changing. Everything will be switching over to Skelly Hink. This year is Skelly Hink. Last year was Zombie Hink. This year's Skelly Hink. And I'll have brand new Halloween stickers I'll be promoting, and I'll be doing a crossover special with my friends over at the paranormal podcast Ghost Frickin' Talkin'. So make sure you go to their YouTube channel, not mine. So youtube.com/ghostfrickintalkin'. You'll see their logo. October 1st at 7 p.m. Eastern for a Pictionary spooky edition. They will be providing me with the prompts. You have to guess them, and we'll have some free stickers, some of my stickers giving it away. And please keep in mind, they are not a family-friendly podcast. They do swear quite a bit, and they talk about spicy things. I love them though, but bear that in mind that it's not for the kiddos. So, but hopefully you guys can pop over and join me as we kick off the spooky season. And there's a lot of stuff going on. There will be Inktober drawings every day through the month of October, as well as the Earthbound challenges every day over on TikTok. I'm just gonna weep myself into overwork. So let's go raid somebody else. Let's go say hi to somebody else. Yes. Oh, look at this. Hold on, let me just check. I'm looking at some of the folks that I'm already following. Oh yeah, I remember this guy. He's got some, oh, he just ended. I was like, let's go this guy, and it's over. And it's done. Yeah, Bald Hinkle incoming, 100%. Bald Hinkle, 100%. Okay. What was the suggestion you had, Hawkeye Lego Man? What was that name? Otherwise, I'll go dive into the art section and see. And thank you guys, as always, for being here. I appreciate all your time and support. Absurd paintings, that's what it is. I scrolled up. I cheated. Absurd paintings. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we raided over there before. We can do that again. Why not? Next week's theme is furries. Get excited, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing furs. It's just getting better from here. All right, I'm gonna set up the raid to absurd paintings. We have raided them before. Working on sketchbook doodles. Love it.
Yummy, yummy. looks so good.
Not too excited.
Yummy, looks so good. Yummy, yummy, looks so good. Yummy, yummy, looks so good.
Ark, what's up? We're leaving. I'm heading out of here. We're starting the raid. We already went over. We went over like 30 minutes. Guys, take care. We're going to raid over Absurd Paintings. If you can hang out for a second, say hello, drop a follow. I am sure they'd appreciate it. Everybody, have a wonderful rest of your night. Let's make like a horse and get out of here.